Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And this is my review of this week's NXT show. So, this week's NXT was a pretty good show. Nothing to say wrong about, and I like all the matches. There was some good wrestling, nothing to say wrong about, and some fun and entertainment stuff as well, and some shocking returns as well. So, please stick on to this review because I'll be sharing out my thoughts and all that happened in the show. So before we get into this review, please please make sure to like this video, share this with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. So the show actually we saw starting off with Adam Cole attack that was done last week on Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, and having that situation going on and making it a fatal five-way match. Fatal five-way in your house pay-per-view, which is on Sunday. So that package was good. So that promo was very good between Cross and Cole, and that was great. Cole's promo especially was so good. So that was there, and then we get to the first match, which is between Austin Theory and Oni Lorcan. So Austin Theory and Oni Lorcan, the story is that this is on the back of what they had, the situation last week, that NXT championship contender match that they had, where Austin Theory and Oni Lorcan actually argued upon if this was not for Adam Cole or something, it would have been my client winning the victory. Yeah, his teammate actually winning the victory, even Pete Dunne or Johnny Gargano. So that was a arguing thing that was happened, and they actually also saw the brawling as well that they had before the match, before the show actually began. So we got a clip in that, and this match was a good match. I mean, this was a good opener. I like the style. I actually like the style very much of Oni Lorcan. Oni Lorcan's mat-based wrestling, his holds, his submission maneuvers, his targeting of each and every part of the body, limb of the body, ankle half crab and all. He all sort of that BJJ skills that he has. That was great to see. Where Austin Theory had that kind of heelish. He does his own stuff, like brawler kind of stuff that he has, that he possesses, and some aerial maneuvers, some great maneuvers, some knife edge chops and all we saw. And Oni Lorcan was better here. I mean, I would say Austin Theory. Austin Theory was good. I mean, he's doing good in the Bay faction, I would say that, and he's perfectly all right. And they can have a run with Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory in the future time, leading to a championship storyline or a single storyline. That would be good. And he's good. He's doing good. Austin Theory is doing good, and this was a very good match. I mean, opening was good, and in the finish of this match, we saw they actually fight on the ramp, and officials come out and break it up, drags them to the back, and Theory slams Lorcan headfirst into the apron, but is briefly distracted because of the situation that was going on between Gargano and Dunne, because they were trading punches in the ramp. So this distracted Austin Theory, and Lorcan with a half Nelson Uranagi for the pinfall. So a kind of a very I mean. Is that his finisher? I don't know. Oni Lorcan's finisher, I don't know. But it ends with the Uranagi. But the story was good because it was distracted, so that was good. I mean, I don't want to nitpick or something. So this was a good match. I like this. So I like this. This was not long, and perfectly fine match. And then we get to the next segment, which was of LA Knight. LA Knight is in his mansion and he's enjoying, and all of the things is actually building up to the $1 million, the priceless announcement that they were gonna make this week. So that was there, and LA Knight has his own things and a house, mansion, and a car and all. He's traveling, and we have a look in some girls and all. And this was a segment of showing what LA Knight possesses, because that's a question: who's a $1 million man? who has the more money, who has that legacy of that could continue the legacy of Ted DiBiase. So they are actually building having the match in your house, and that match actually become more interesting, very very interesting. I mean, yeah, I would talk about that. And then we got to this week was a very kind of a throwback episode kind of thing, because they are going for a throwback kind of a pay-per-view. And the last year was so good. Actually saw triple threat women's main event. I could see, I think so, Shirai was there, so that was great. And and this is a and we will see Todd Pettingill, and we also saw Doc Hendricks. His real name is Michael Hayes, and he hypes up NXT Takeover. So I like special episode and special throwback kind of stuff that WWE does, and I actually enjoyed that. So this was good at wrestling as well as fun and entertainment things. And NXT did it better, I would say. You can say sometimes it's lame and all, but it's very bad and all. But I would say that sometimes WWE, sometimes NXT does better entertainment stuff than main roster or something. Main roster thing are so cringe, man. I don't know why, and I am not into that much. I don't know. Sometimes it's good. So this was a good job by NXT having that. Having that fun stuff going on, the throwback kind of stuff. I liked it. So then we go to they actually saw the NXT Progressive Smart Move of the week, where Santos Escobar is attacking Carton Ash, and Bronson Reed is coming to the rescue. That was a Progressive Smart Move of the week. So kind of a Slim Jim Slam Hub that they does, Slim Jim that did a Slim Jim moment of the week, the kind of thing that they had actually done. And then we actually see Legado del Fantasma and his two guys in the ring. And Legado actually tells us that they actually Legado, he says, after what Reed did to him, and Legado last week is going to make him pay, as he says. And Reed's music then plays, and this was one of the entertaining thing, because they show over and over and over and over that splash that they had in multiple screens. And he was pissed off, actually, Legado, seeing this thing repeatedly. And they were mocking him because of what what happened to him. And actually Reed actually challenged Legado. Santos Escobar actually challenges Reed, and Reed actually come out and he challenges, and he is having no problem. He's coming to the ring, but they are 3-on-1. But here comes MSK. MSK is here to save, and they have a 3-on-3 showdown. And Legado backs off, and Escobar says he should have known, he'd have come out, and he challenges them to a 6-man tag team match with both the North American title and tag team title on the name. There was a unexpected thing that this show brought about, and this was unexpected, man. We have seen co-WWE champion match, we have seen United States champion and Intercontinental champion, or something. You can say you have seen that, but this is new, man. North American title and tag team titles are are both on the line, and winner take all matches this. And it's interesting to see how the match layout would be. NXT doing good. I like the new stuff that wrestling promotion does, and I like about that. And this is a new try for NXT and WWE. So I'm happy with that. What they were doing, what they are doing. They are not just doing kind of a tag team championship match and North American title match. So this is kind of a special pay-per-view throwback pay-per-view. So why don't you have some changes and all? So I liked this, and North American title and tag team titles on the line. Reed and MSK agreed, and we have the match confirmed, actually. That's great, man. I like the border. This was surprising. I didn't expect that. And during this, out comes Hitro's music hits, and they're teasing kind of. They had a stare off. Isaiah had the stare off with Santos Escobar. Kind of a teasing that the next storyline for Santos would be Isaiah Scott. I think so. I don't think so. Bronson Reed is gonna lose the title because of how their story there that they had. Clearly, I don't think so. But I don't. I think so. They have teased us the thing that Santos Escobar is gonna do after this. maybe tag team champion Joaquin and Raul Mendoza would be doing their own thing, and Santos would be, because this time it's kind of a storyline that they are all three of them are into a same storyline. So maybe breakup of storyline for Santos Escobar with Isaiah Scott, maybe a face turn for, maybe we don't know, we can they can do that. They have more members than 5 members or something. They have the insurance policy top dollar. So which you don't know is AJ Francis, and he actually, yeah, they actually came out not to see the situation and all. They had a match, and this was the back of the situation that they had in the parking lot, the argument that they had, because Killian Dane actually laughed off when they came out about their style and mocks them, and they had some argument and they challenged each other. Killian Dane didn't laugh. This guy, Drake Maverick, actually laughed, and Killian Dane actually kind of comes to his aid of his friend, and this made the that made this match. And next we got to the match was Isaiah Scott versus Killian Dane, and this was a good match. I mean, they told a very good story of a babyface versus heel. I mean, even though Drake Maverick is there, he's a short guy, and they only two. But if you see Hitro is doing a great thing, man. I mean, Isaiah Scott has changed a lot after this. Just like Santos Escobar doing great stuff in his character. I mean, the new change that's occurring is of Isaiah Scott. He's really doing great. He's really doing great. He making that hetero team. I mean, I liking this team. I'm liking and hating that team, and they are doing the very good job in doing in hating them actually. And we actually saw. Drake Maverick actually get involved while Killian Dane was distracted multiple times by Top Dollar and Shante Adonis and his lady, that lady as well. So that actually played out well in the storyline. So we also had some power moves as well, like that cross body from Killian Dane was great to see, some great close line from Killian Dane. So there was some good moments for working moments for Killian Dane as well. But the heel tactics of the Hitro team picked up a loss for Drake Maverick and Killian Dane actually. So in the end we saw Drake dives on Ashante Adonis but gets wiped out by Top Dollar because he picks him up in the fireman's carry and just slams him down into the apron, and who argues with Dane then until Swerve can take control and kicks in the right in the back of the head. Like kind of a hook kick kind of something, knockout blow gets the pinfall. And I mean, this was a great character work by Isaiah Scott. And the match itself, you don't the wrestling itself was not that great, but the all the character thing that did work well. And I mean, maybe we will be seeing the storyline get continued. This match is not confirmed for the pay per view or something. I mean, I think so. Maybe next week we will be seeing this match again, Killian Dane, and Killian Dane is the only one that's left in from Sanity Group. Because in NXT, I could say there are two guys actually. Nikki Cross is in Monday Night Raw, and we have Killian Dane as well. So other two guys have gone. I think so. Yeah, Alexander Wolf is gone, and all other guys, I think they are gone. So this was a good match. This was a good match, good storytelling. Isaiah Scott's acrobatic moves and aerial maneuvers were good. So then we get to the next segment, which was announced last week. Is Poppy arriving in the building? So the whole point of the Poppy bringing her back was to release her album. Actually, that she's the Eat album that she's releasing. So kind of a mainstream thing that the NXT is doing, just to have some musical fans, just to see the show, have that viewership going on, and bring back the old fans, the music fans, to the wrestling kind of a strategy that NXT did. I see what they did. I mean, I understand that. So it was not bad. I mean, say Poppy arriving. I mean, I was not so excited because of this was not kind of a special episode or something. If they have done in the pay per view or something, okay, that's pay per view. That's fine. I mean, I can think that, but. but it's not it was not like that. This was not a pay-per-view or something. This was just a normal episode, not a special kind of an episode that they actually had a banner upon. So I mean, this was Poppy arrived in the building. We go to Mackenzie asking Kendall Slade about why she's mad at Poppy, and they had the whole situation played out in the show. Lily talks about how she's talking, and we have Indy Hartwell, Indy actually looking out at her just like a kid that she's doing, and Indy is actually said that I think so. Dexter Loomis still cares about her, and she runs about, and Candace wonders why that's even a thing, and they were never an item or something, and finally they didn't have some promo. They walks off, and we are back with Cameron Grimes during his segment of his kind of filming footage actually that he had. He's playing a cannonball in this indoor pool, and he cuts a promo about how he's worthy of the $1 million legacy, and he drinks some booze and cups badly. Then he's getting a massage from the ladies, and he does same kind of stuff by LA Knight, kind of showing that. I mean, this was fun stuff. I mean, this was not too long, so that's why I loved upon it. And he's one. LA Knight is one of my favorite man. I mean, I'm not just saying out of woods or something, but I'm just saying I'm watching this show every week, and he's I mean, the storyline is sometimes kind of very bad. Kind of I mean, last week I didn't like upon what they had $1 million session that they had, but this week was great. And previous weeks they had some as well, some exchange as well, that was good. So it's kind of a hit or a miss sometimes for me, but I mean I can say that this doing all right, and LA Knight is doing very great in this storyline. And the storyline actually, the match actually, they made it interesting, man. This The storyline itself isn't that much of a thing you could say, but they made this match interesting. As then we saw this was a segment right there, and then we got to uh, and then he just say $1 million he's going to take to the moon, that he says. And then we saw Zaire attacking Mercedes on the way, Mercedes Martinez versus Zaire, that they are having going to have in the pay-per-view. And this match would be good. They had the story as well, they had laid out kind of a okay. I mean, they are telling somewhat story. I mean, you can say that she didn't shake hand, so who is the heel? I mean, I think so that Mercedes Martinez is a heel here. I mean, if you see, she was the one who didn't show a kind of disrespected her in that Mae Young Classic 4 years ago. So that makes her a heel. But the attack was made by Xylee. And at that point, I thought about that Xylee a heel. But after that, she brutally attacks Xylee as well as onto the over the barricade. So Mercedes Martinez had a match with a competitor. So this was a squash match. He just squashed her with her finisher, air raid crash. And I mean, when I see this, I think that Mercedes Martinez is more of a heel here. If you see the story, she was the one who disrespected Xia. So I'm actually, ever since this storyline began, I mean, I'm not expecting that it was a very great storyline that they put on, but still, I mean, something they are doing. And they WWE don't put many matches right now. I mean, you can see in main roster pay-per-views as well as NXT pay-per-views, they don't put on many matches in the pay-per-view. So I'm glad that Xylee and the Mercedes Martinez, they are doing something. I mean, Martinez, I didn't expect that she was gonna win the NXT Women's Championship. I actually had that expectation that Raquel will be retaining, but I mean, this is a nice little story that they are telling, and hopefully they would be having a good match. I expect that. So for Xylee as well, she's out. She's come back actually from a long. She haven't been seen in the NXT weekly show, so I'm glad they are doing it. So Mercedes Martinez as well, after that loss of her NXT Women Championship, so that's a great opportunity for her as well. So it's good for both of them. So I'm totally happy with how they have booked. And then we saw Ted DiBiase coming, and because that's the next segment we are gonna get. So before that, we saw Regal and Triple H welcomes Poppy to NXT, and Triple H says that he loves the new music and tracks she's allowing them to use, because that's the music they are playing on the NXT start and the and the segment and all that they had, the walking over of the superstars, they walking over of the wrestlers in the backstage and all. We have some music playing, so that's a Poppy's music. So I think they have bought the rights of Poppy's music, and they just want to have that business dealings, and they just want to have some fans as well to come back to watch wrestling. So that's a win-win situation for Poppy as well as NXT as well, for WWE as well. He asks when the album drops and all. She says right now, and she pushes a button on her phone, and her sound is like so. She doesn't belong into the wrestling wrestling events. Actually, I mean, I'm saying because she had that cute little voice. I mean, she had small voice that she had, and she pushes a button on her phone, and I go to save an album on my Spotify, and then Dexter Loomis comes surprising, and Dexter Loomis gives her a drawing of. I mean, I think so. He's a fan of Poppy, and Poppy is happy about because of that present, and because of the gift. Poppy hugs him, and out comes we saw Indy Hartwell, and you don't want to see them. You don't see Indy Hartwell's reaction. You can see Triple H's reaction, and Triple H's reaction especially, how his reaction was. I mean, that's that's the ultimate expression that they had, and these little moments were fun in this show. I mean, there were more things to come, but this was a fun segment, and NXT did right, the fun segments and all, entertaining things and all. This week, at least, I would say that. And Triple H and Regal's expressions are totally Triple H expressions are so priceless. And then we got two Knights, and LA Knight and Grimes arriving their own car, and they having their arguing, and they are coming each other. They coming. They are the rivals, and they are coming. Uh, I mean, with each other, and Grimes actually takes his cash, and LA Knight actually throws that off, and that made a time for LA Knight to entrance. And LA Knight had his music hit, he was coming out, and then we saw his music was totally cut off by Grimes, and Grimes had this music hit all over. So if you see the segment, Grimes was a babyface here, and LA Knight was a heel, because the segment actually was called by obviously Ted DiBiase, and he calls him down the ring, and Knight distracts Grimes for tossing Grimes money to the floor, and they hit the ring, and DiBiase says Sunday's ultimate test. He says they are both proven themselves worthy, and they must now climb the ladder of success, as the golden ladder is lowered into the ring by a by a something kind of a setup that they had. Yeah, amazing. They are competing in a ladder match, and that ladder man looks so precious, and just like the $1 million gimmick that they had. So that's happening. Knight says it's been clear that he's head and shoulders above everyone in wrestling, and whether he needs to knock Grimes head off or climb the ladder, he will do it, because he's the only man who carry the $1 million legacy, as he says. And Grimes takes offense to being called a hilly billy, and says he may be a hilly billy, but he's worth a million. He's top on the hill, and just climbs on the ladder, and says he's to the moon, and he says that. And when Grimes in the ring, he can't be beat, and he says take the money and fame, because he's taking the $1 million legacy. And then Ted has actually the Grimes actually asks, sorry for the delay. Grimes actually asks, what's it for? What it is for? I mean, we are climbing for. And Ted DiBiase says, and that's the right question that you had made. And Ted brings up and securities bring up the $1 million championship, and Ted actually opens up the briefcase, and that was $1 million championship in a protected briefcase. That was nice. That was a very precious thing that they opened about, and that was very 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 good to see, for that to see that belt come around. I mean, I don't want to see this belt as another 24/7 championship. Please, WWE, don't make this. I mean, this was a belt that was had as first hand on by Steve Austin, FN Steve Austin. I mean, Steve Austin, who becomes the biggest superstar after that, of that of the ringmaster gimmick that they had, in transition into the Stone Cold gimmick that they had. So one of the greatest superstars that had held hand on this title $1 million championship. Don't make it another kind of a 24/7 championship of the NXT. Don't man. This should be a championship that, I mean, I'm not saying that it should be defended every week or something kind of TV title or something. Definitely not. And that would put a dent on his value. Maybe in a pay per view or something. In a not in every pay per view. We can do that every pay per view. That's a good because in a month that's good, man. I mean, one time it's good. Don't We can do it in a special NXT or show. They does monthly or something. They actually do 1 or 2 months. They have Super Tuesday or something that they did actually, and they can do in that as well. But don't make it a weekly or thing, and don't make it a regular kind of thing, kind of stuff that because this is precious, and don't make it 24/7 championship. Definitely. So Night and Gripe starts off and talk trash as DBSE laughs the hell of that laughs, and his laugh is the trademark stuff, and that he only can do, and that's great. I mean, this segment was very good, better than way better than last week's segment. So this was a great segment introducing the $1 million championship. So I didn't thought about that this was a priceless announcement. I mean, I didn't think about that much because of the last week's segment they had. So that actually surprised me because of what they did. So definitely, because I had something kind of a back of the mind. Maybe they would be bringing up the $1 million championship. That's what they are doing. But when that ladder was produced, I have that kind of a had something that gonna be hanging on that, because you're not just climbing on the ladder just for the sake to hit the frog splash or something. I mean, why do you? I mean, that's not happening. So kind of a teasing right there, but I didn't expect going into this that it was $1 million championship that they were gonna do. So then we saw Grizzle Young Veterans versus August Gray and Ikemen Jiro, and these guys, August Gray and Ikemen Jiro, are the guys from 205 Live, and I'm surprised to see, man, they are very good. They worked very well in the match, and they deserve the spot in the tag team in NXT. I mean, they were very good against Brazilian veterans, and they had chemistry as well. I mean, Brazilian veterans, they have the usual stuff, and they actually perform very well. And this was a back and forth match where August Gray and Ikemen Jiro had their momentum going on in the first initial minutes, and then we saw Grizzle GYV actually having their own momentum, because they are gonna having a match next week on NXT actually between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Sorry, not Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher, and one of the intimidating and one of the rugged and one of the baddest hitters of hitting tag teams that is present in the NXT tag team division right now. One of the best and favorite after MSK. I mean, I can say after not after MSK. I mean, this is the top tag team that I liked about that I like, and I'm the next tag team title should be given. The opportunity should be given to them, and they should win the tag team championship. They actually had the match 2-3 weeks ago, but they didn't put on the title. I mean, they are saving it for the pay per view or something, next pay per view or something. So that's good. I mean, I'm ready for waiting. They just made the tag team, and I mean, they are doing great. I mean, the matches are very great to see. Match of the night they put about every week, and this week they didn't have a match. They comes about and they sits on the chair just to have sight on the match. And GYC, in the last we saw Drake actually eats a big bulldog and great to the top for a twisting crossbody on Drake. Springboard Impaler countered out of, and Drake slams Gray down. Gibson tagged in and Ticket to Mayhem to end it. So this was the win for GYC. Obviously, this is a short match, but a very great work from August Gray, and looks very promising tag team. I mean, I'm very happy to see them coming to NXT, as well as I hopefully want to see them more in NXT tag team division. And yeah, they're betting. I haven't seen. I don't see 205 out, because there's too much wrestling other than that as well. So I don't watch 205 out, but they have good talents. I mean, yeah, I used to watch 1 year or back. I used to watch, but there's too much to watch right now, so I don't watch it. So they are having a match, GYC versus GYV versus Timothy Thatcher and Timothy Thatcher and what's his name? I mean, GYV versus Timothy Thatcher and Thomas Ciampa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually sometimes forget about the names and all. Sorry for that. And then Gibson yells at Champa and Thatcher they are done with them because they are lingering. They are lingering like a bad smell because they are done with them, as GYV says. But Champa and Thatcher says that if they want to get into the tag team championship thing, they will have to get it over with them, so that they says. So they have finally have the match, and this it's interesting, man, because this was not a normal traditional tag team match. This is a tornado tag team match. Last time they completely erupted, and that completely was chaos, man. I mean, I don't expect, actually I expect more than this next week. Now that it's for now that it's a tornado tag team match, I mean, I love this tag team, and GYV also brings about that grit and kind of that raw kind of powerful powerful strikes, chops, man. I mean, you can say about everything that they do is so nice for the story, for the wrestling. I mean, next week would be a great match for sure. This match would be a match of the week as well for next week, I think so. So back from break, then we saw. Uh, and Thatcher actually in the last says that he's again saying that he's going to enjoy breaking their limbs. And then we go back from the commercial, and we saw Lawkins attack on Bobby Fish from a couple of weeks ago. And Fish is working out and start punching back, and they looks at the camera, and he says Lawkins shouldn't think that he's forgotten about him. So maybe we would be seeing next week the match between Bobby Fish and Oni Lawkins because of last week how he attacked his surgically repaired arm on the apron. And so that's going good. I mean, next week would be a match, so I expected this match would be in the pay-per-view, but they didn't do that. So okay, I mean, didn't expect that. We didn't kind of expect that, but okay. Candice LeRae is out, then coming out and now steps in the ring, and she says she's so sick of hearing about Poppy. And this whole Poppy storyline was going with Candice LeRae, and which of course Poppy, cause Poppy Chan was coming on. She says Poppy hijacked her interview last week and stole Indy's man Dexter Loomis, and now because of Poppy, Indy has because of she hugged Poppy hugged Dexter Loomis, and that had Indy Hartwell actually gone from the building and CWC in tears. And she says they can do this easy way. Poppy comes out and faces her. And while they were doing this, I had the thought that I mean, WWE does many kind of very surprising kind of stuff, or very different stuff, because we don't imagine about even if they don't wrestle or something, they would be something doing. I mean, is she gonna wrestle or something? I mean, some brawl or something, I don't know, because she actually challenged Candice LeRae actually. And one thing you can do is come out and face me, or you can face you can you can have we can have a we can have something that she actually tell. I don't remember that. And here comes Poppy then, and she stops on the ram and says she don't wrestle and I don't wrestle, she says. But she knows, I know someone who does. She's voice is so cute, man. I mean, for to listen her is such a I mean, it's so soothing to listen her. So Io Shirai is back, man. Io Shirai, I didn't expect this. Was the most surprising thing. More surprising than the $1 million championship reveal. Actually, I would say Io Shirai is back. And about my thoughts on Io Shirai back. I mean, there's no wrong about that. I mean, it's because of the stars that they didn't have in the NXT Women's division. Definitely, they didn't have. Io Shirai is the one of the top superstars in the women's division. So Raquel Gonzalez is definitely not doing. Raquel Gonzalez is definitely not doing uh, the job that Io Shirai has, that the reign she has as the NXT Women's Championship. So she's back, and Io runs into the ring and takes Candice down, and then hits a flapjack. Kind of didn't have a match or something, just have a 619 against the ropes and springboard front. So kind of a debut showing that Io Shirai has, and I can expect that she's coming for the NXT Women's title. I mean, I think so. Fans were speculating. Even I was thinking that she would be going for the she would be going for the main roster. But I mean, I'm glad that she didn't go for the main roster, because there's already that's I mean, good. She would be a good fit in SmackDown, I think. Better than Raw. Raw has superstars like Rhea Ripley and all, Charlotte and all. That's two big stars. So she don't they don't need to have Raw Women's Division another. They can do in draft or something, but SmackDown would be good. But now she's back in NXT, so I mean, I think so she'll be going for Raquel Gonzalez storyline, or maybe I don't know where she will go. I mean, she's returning. Definitely they should have some explanation or something that. Maybe we could see some promo next week about her return. Maybe they didn't announce or something. Maybe after the pay-per-view would be, or during the pay-per-view they would be announcing. And this was this was the uh, this was a segment. Ayushara is back, and then we get to NXT Takeover in your house card update by Doc Hendricks, aka Michael Hayes, who brings up to and speed of the card, and he says six-man tag team match, winners take all match, Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma, and Xylee versus Mercedes Martinez, $1 million championship ladder match between Cameron Grimes and LA Knight, NXT Women's Championship match between Ember Moon and Raquel Gonzalez, and NXT Championship Fatal 5-way match. It's gonna be great, man. I mean, I can't imagine how chaotic it would be. Karen Cross versus Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano. I mean, Karen Cross is definitely he's shown as a very sympathetic baby face. I mean, last this week as well and last week as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that he would be losing the title. I mean, I don't think so. He's going is after he that he's going. He would be going for main roster. I mean, maybe, but before that, fans they come back maybe next month or something. But definitely they can have one more NXT Championship match for him, because he didn't have much about like Finn Balor, or you can say Adam Cole or something, who actually have got over and again. Yeah, and. So I think that this is a TikTok time for Karrion Cross. I mean, there's that's some top talent set right there in the that Fatal 5-way match. Not kind of a, jobber match, the jobber guys who actually. Come on to the main event or something, not the tag team guy or something. So these are all top guys, and they're pitting it against each other. And Karrion Cross had their overconfidence, and definitely he kind of a made a mistake of accepting that fatal doing that fatal 5 match, because this was not the decision of William Regal. So I mean, Karen Cross is somewhat in danger. I mean, this is kind of a good point as well. If he actually drops the title, I mean, there's nothing wrong about that, because he's done his job. I mean, he's great. He was great in the champion, and he actually he can definitely come back for the NXT title next month if they do as a pay per view or something. I mean, they can do, or maybe. And I think that if they're gonna lose this championship for Karrion Cross, I may be expecting that Karrion Cross would be going for the main roster. I mean, as much as I don't want to see him main roster because they ruins him, but he's a big guy. Maybe Vince like him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he likes him. That's why they're gonna and they are scouting new talents for the main roster, and they are gonna have a draft as well in 2 months. So maybe they are gonna have some shake-up that's going to be. So then we got to the during the break, Io and Poppy ran into Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai backstage, and they have a has a quick stare down Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez. So kind of a teasing right there. I mean, I'm kind of a confirmed that Io Shirai is going for the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, what would you expect from the top talent that's coming back? I mean, that's very inevitable that's happening. And then we got to see Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon, which was announced last week, and just kind of a freshening up match for Ember Moon, because she's gonna face Raquel Gonzalez. Not a build that I expected. She came out of nowhere. I mean, we didn't for 2 to 3 weeks. She didn't have any kind of. She didn't have some. We didn't thought about Ember Moon would be the challenger. So not kind of a very good build up, but that tag team situation. That's the thing that they branched upon. And I mean, okay storyline, that's okay. I mean, they are doing good. Ember Moon is good, and she has that experience, and she wrestles well. I mean, she's a very entertaining watch, fun to watch, and they could be having a very good match. And then we get to Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon, and this was a kind of a I mean, nothing to say wrong about. Dakota Kai was good here. Some innovative maneuvers from her, and Dakota Kai. I want to see that Dakota Kai versus. I have been saying this after Raquel Gonzalez winning the NXT Women's Championship. I want to see Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez having the NXT Women's Championship match. Actually have that storyline. They actually have that ending as well, where Dakota Kai didn't get the lose because Ember Moon was attacked by Raquel Gonzalez because Raquel Gonzalez didn't want to see her partner getting the loss. So they actually saved her a loss. So that's making her kind of a they don't want to put him a loss or something for Ember Moon because Ember Moon she's just for pay per view, and maybe she's gonna back for shots again in a tag team division for that NXT Tag Team Championship again Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And as much as I would say that they don't have any tag team women's tag team match. I mean, Candice LeRae and Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell could have been in a pay per view for women's tag team championship match with Shotzi Blackheart, but they didn't announce what's the matter for Shotzi Blackheart. I mean, I don't know because I don't think so, but because of that attack that they had. So that was the attack that more of them they damaged. They actually had the damage on Shotzi Blackheart. So maybe we'll be seeing next week Shotzi Blackheart come again and have a kind of a formation again tag team. I don't think so. Ember Moon would be winning. Um, I don't think so. I mean, 99%. I don't think so. Ember Moon would be winning. I mean. For the predictions and all, I'll be making the prediction video later in this week. So, and I want to see the thought I'm telling is that Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. I want to see. And if Raquel Gonzalez is already healed, Dakota Kai is healed. If Raquel Gonzalez actually had a turn on Dakota Kai, that would be a good match. I mean, for the title, or I'm more interested in for the title than for a kind of a rivalry match or something. Title match would be interesting. Dakota Kai didn't have that opportunity for NXT Women's Championship, so she's in the overshadowing of that shadow of Raquel Gonzalez, just to have some brawls, just to attack her enemies. So that's what they're doing. So. I mean, I want to see this. So this was this thought. The match itself was good. As I said, Kai really worked well. Ember Moon had a selling very good, and she had us. This is a back and forth match. Some innovative maneuvers from Dakota Kai. As I said, we saw in the end, actually Raquel Gonzalez actually attacked Ember Moon because she's gonna face her at the pay per view, and she was going to have that single-handed choke slam, but she turned into the stunner, and then she gets to the top, and she hits the that what's her finisher's name? Uh, what's her finisher name? Uh, I don't remember what's her finisher name was. Eclipse, yeah, Eclipse. She had that Eclipse, a kind of a stunner, modified Eclipse, and then she goes to the top rope and she hits the Eclipse on try again for. So Ember Moon on Raquel Gonzalez, and Ember Moon is having the advantage. So I don't think so. Framing her as an advantage, I think so. Raquel Gonzalez would be retaining the championship, and next thing I'm expecting for women's division champion NXT championship, Shirai or Dakota Kai. I mean, Dakota Kai, we didn't have any teasing or something here, her turning up, but definitely they can do in weeks to come. They can do. I mean, I want to see that before she actually drops the title, like Gonzalez actually. As for how she's doing, I mean, she's not doing the great as Io Shirai, so that's why they actually bring Io Shirai back. Definitely, no, she's not doing the one of the best NXT Women's Tag Team Women's Championship. I can't say that. So match itself was good. So my prediction is that Raquel Gonzalez would be winning. As for my after that prediction, I would say Io Shirai, or I would say Dakota Kai or Tony Storm as well. We have been seeing Tony Storm because after her win on Zoe Stark. So kind of a three situation that I'm actually looking upon. And this is the thing. And then we go to the main event segment. All four opponents are having the opportunity to face each other tonight, and we have William Regal come up, and he actually tells Cross that he's the one who is running it, and Cross says he's in leaving this ring, and he's enough, and this isn't happening. Cross tells him he doesn't run anything. I mean, who's running then? Triple H. I thought about that Triple H would be coming, because they actually show about maybe Triple H music hits, and he says that I'm the one who is running this show. I mean, Karen Cross, if you don't remember, they are the ones who are doing this. Or you can say Shawn Michaels and Triple H, who is the booking, and who is the NXT general manager then? William Regal. So who's the thing? All the things going. I mean, that was kind of not good that Karen Cross told. NXT has been out of control for a long time, has he, and justified it well. And so they are in his. They are in his world, and Cross says he can't says he's in leaving in the ring until the four of them come out to there. As is going to be kicked, and O'Reilly comes out and says Cole clearly got under his skin. He says Cross has thin skin, and he can tell Cross is insecure because it's a matter of time until someone comes down and takes the title. So Gargano then comes and says to call a doctor, and he's standing on the commentators. I mean, why the hell is he standing on that? He's definitely afraid that why, and he mocks Kyle O'Reilly. You are standing the jean jacket talk to jean jacket. You are listening that if I was in the place, definitely you are not me, but if I was in the place of you, I would have attacked Kyle O'Reilly. Johnny Gargano says, and then he's tired of talking and waiting. Will show then why he's the toughest man in NXT. And he says Cole then appears on the throne and says he's not coming down. He says Cross is the biggest moron of them all, and Cole's promo was the best promo that every week that they having. I mean, he cuts promo so believable, and his character is so good. I mean, he's very great. I mean, after they actually had the breakup undisputed era, I mean, they didn't flop upon. They are doing good. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly had established as a very good. I mean, type of kind of I would say is good, doing good as a single superstar. Bobby Fish is doing his own stuff as well. So I mean, I mean, it's good, doing good. So he can see right through him, as Adam Cole says, and he says maybe he will beat Gargano again, or Dunn again, or O'Reilly, or maybe he'll beat Cross and show the world that his NXT title reign is one big disappointment. And he cuts out, and O'Reilly says Cole is too much of a bitch to kick this off. O'Reilly slaps Cross, and actually O'Reilly tells that I'm not the one who are standing in this ring. I'm different, and who are you then? Cross asks, and O'Reilly slaps Cross, and he had the guts, man. And I mean, talking in the kayfabe, Corell gets some shots and gets down. We have 4 or 5 securities. How do you expect that you are going to control these raged I mean, you can say behemoth. You can say behemoths or something. You can say that these top superstars that can do anything, that can tear apart the ring. You could not expect with a four or and William Regal is just standing there, and he said he know that this is gonna happen. It's just out of control. I mean, this is what we want to see. That so that was good. I'm not ramping about, or I'm not saying bad things about. And this is a great segment. I liked it upon, and they had a good ball. A minute or so they had a brawl. I liked upon. It was not short. I liked it. All four of them. All four of them definitely look strong, and they had their moments. And we actually see Adam Cole. Actually, he was on the Titantron, and he was the one who's gonna stand tall. I had that, and we have seen this kind of ending every time. And this was kind of expected that was going to happen. Cross was standing, and Cross was being hit by Adam Cole with two super kicks and with a shining wizard, and he's standing tall. Then Adam Cole. So Adam Cole, I mean, you cannot say that you cannot rule out that Adam Cole will not be winning. I mean, he's back after 2 months or something, and they can definitely put on him. And he's the one who can. NXT could not go wrong upon. I mean, there would be fans that would be booing, and I mean, I don't want to see. I don't want this. What I want to see, I would be telling in my predictions, but I don't want to see. But we can see Adam Cole as well winning the NXT championship. But the other guy that NXT would be going for, I think so. I mean, Pete Dunne has a very less chance. I don't know why. I mean, that would be very kind of a big shocker. Johnny Gargano winning, I mean, that kind of not kind of a very big shocker that like Pete Dunne or something, but Johnny Gargano is not that kind of a level that he had before, because he's doing good in that way faction and had that very good storyline with Bronson Reed and putting over Bronson Reed. That was good. Had a steel cage match, so that was good. But Johnny Gargano, I mean, I don't think so. He's gonna win. For some or the other reason, the two contenders I think upon is Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly. And I expect a title change because this is a fatal five situation. This is a unique situation, and this is the situation not made by William Regal. This is made by Karrion Kross, and he had the overconfidence. So that storyline can be played out by and Karrion Kross getting a rematch or something in next pay per view. I think upon that. So because that automatically had that rematch clause that they already does every time, and I don't think so. He's gonna be out. Maybe he can be out and come to the main roster because the fans are coming back because maybe they would be out of the NXT title picture and they would be showing him up in the main roster after month. But kind of erasing him from the 1 month or so, that would not be good. That would dent him. I mean, we don't know what's in store for him at the main roster. I mean, I don't know why, because Damian Priest, we have seen such a great performance in NXT, and now he's just doing. And WrestleMania was good with that celebrity match, one of the match celebrity match. Okay, okay, that stuff was good, but where is he? Where is he? He was not in the show last this week as well as last week, just doing nothing. I mean, they don't do anything. They just have some fun moments, fun promos, or fun bragging about that. Just they do. Maybe some storyline with Mace. I mean, I don't consider NXT superstars coming from such a top booking, and you are pitting him against Mace. I mean, I'm not disrespecting the Mace or something, but I am saying that he's a good superstar. He has his own qualities and all. I mean, he's not the he's not the he's not the epitome, or he's not the level of what they were being booked in the NXT. I mean, they should at least do that. They should at least have the title shots or something. I mean, why are they calling up then? You're just building up this superstar in NXT, and then you're just dumping over into the trash can. So that's what you do in main roster. I mean, you don't have plan then. So why are you calling then? You just want the stars. You just want to the fans to look out your show. That's it. That's what you're doing. I mean, you want that Damien Priest is here in the Raw Monday Night Raw show, so I want to watch it. I mean, you're not having him wrestle, or you're not giving him the storyline. Damien Priest, I'm telling about the example of Damien Priest. He's doing nothing. So I'm going way apart from the show. So this was the ending of the show, and he actually Adam Cole actually stands tall. He grabs the title and poses with it to end the show. And this show was all right. I mean, I enjoyed this show. It was a good show, good 2 hour of wrestling. I mean, nothing much to say about it. The build was okay. I mean, in your house, I am excited. They have the Pro pay per view and some fun and entertaining stuff. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it very well. And especially the Cameron Graham segment and the Triple H Poppy segment that they had. I mean, some fun stuff. They did it very well, and the main event stuff that they had, and then definitely the opening match and all. Wrestling was good. Nothing to say much very about. Like like we have tag team championship or something. Nothing to say about like that, because we know that this is a build up show for the pay per view. So they're gonna deliver it pay per view. The pay per view looks good. I mean, I can say the pay per view good looks good. And we look at the card actually. The card looks very minimal. And this is a short card. I mean, we have NXT Championship Fatal 5 match, which is going to be one hell of a match. I'm excited to see that. Definitely, Karrion Kross is Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, and Kyle O'Reilly. NXT Women's Championship as well. That's also a good challenger, Ember Moon, and they are going to have a very good match as well. And we have singles match Mercedes Martinez versus Ali, and I'm expecting that as well. Very good match to be. And Cameron vs LA Knight, that made the match interesting because $1 million championship is on the line, and it's a ladder match. So I'm say pretty excited to see who's gonna win. and who's gonna don't make this as a 24/7 championship the weeks to come. Just do this, because man, that would be very bad for the title then. And then we have a winner takes all match for NXT Tag Team Championship. This is not NXT and NXT North American Championship winner take all. It's a Tag Team Championship and North American Championship. So that's a new. So I like the new thing that they were trying. I didn't expect it. So there was a very unexpected thing that happened. And I actually Shirai's return, the confirmation of the NXT Tag Team and North American Championship match confirming, and that $1 million championship reveal. So that was good. So some good fun surprising thing as well. We have Bronson Reed versus MSK, and Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma. I am surprised. I am actually excited to see actually how interesting to see that. Would be to see how the layout would be, especially the layout of the match would be, because this is one is tag team and another is normally this would be a tag match, but it would be very interesting to see how the match would be. It was be pretty exciting. I mean, you can say one, two, three, four matches only. Yeah, five. Yeah, five matches only. So that's a very short pay per view. So kind of a steel show that I think upon. I am very good show. I am looking upon. So this pay-per-view is on Sunday. So tell us in your comments how you look into this card. What are your thoughts on the NXT Takeover in your house card, and what's your thoughts on this week's NXT episode? What are the favorite moments, favorite matches? What's your predictions for the pay-per-view? Who's gonna win the NXT Championship? Especially that's the main thing. Who's gonna win? So very tough situation. They can go on with anyone. You can if you see. So that's a tough situation. But if you think upon like a Booker, I mean, the thing I am seeing is maybe the NXT would be doing is Adam Cole, or just to justify Adam Cole's return, and maybe Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, he's not getting. He had not got something. He had not got the NXT championship ever since he has split upon from the undisputed era. So that's what my thought is. Much brag about this show. I mean, this was a fun show. I mean, this is not a kind of a raw show. I enjoyed the show doing this review. So please tell your thoughts, all your suggestions into my comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Before that, please be sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.